Welcome to Alpha Wolf Capital. I'm Tim, and I want to personally thank you for stopping by. This channel is designed to help small companies, both public and private, gain exposure with potential consumers, investors, even partners. Take, for example, today's guest. Darin, my man, CEO of Dat Chat, which was formerly DATS and is now Myseum, which is MYSE. This is an update for Myseum. They have something they're going to be rolling out as a brand new platform in about 3 weeks. And this is really just to give everybody a heads up that it is coming. And I think that he has something pretty special. He is giving us a little more color on what's coming, but I think people are going to be very pleased and happy to have what Darin and his team have put together, and I think it will have a positive impact on many. This is not to be taken as investment advice. I am not a certified financial planner. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. I encourage everyone to do their own due diligence. Hey, everybody, Tim from Alpha Wolf Capital coming at you with a follow up because it's starting to get pretty exciting with Myseum, and we've got Darin, my man, from Myseum, which is ticker symbol MYSE. It used to be DATS, and now it's MYSE. Darin, what's happening, man?
Thanks again for having me, Tim, for this update. A lot of exciting things. We're getting very close to the relaunch of Myseum. And one of the things I want to point out, where we've talked a lot about Myseum, about preserving your pictures for the future and your legacy, the most exciting part is about the come. It's about making it easier to share now and getting your current content you're creating on your phones into Myseum and making it easier for you to share. And I'm going to pose this question to you, or actually a little homework assignment. Next time you go out to a restaurant, look around and see how many people are showing other people pictures on their phones. If you have something to show someone, you got to show them your phone. And that drives me crazy. So, what the technology we've developed that's going to be relaunched as part of Myseum, and the major focus of it very soon, is about making it easier to share now by where you won't have to share that. We're doing that by redefining social networking. If you think of like, there aren't that many social networks to begin with, but if you take Facebook, for example, Facebook, you got to connect the people, then you share, but pretty much everyone sees what you share unless you're in a little private group. And then even in, people talk about, well, what if I share stuff in a private text chain with everyone at my game? Well, anyone that joins after it started can see backwards of what you joined. So we're developing a new technology that allows anyone to connect anywhere, anytime, and share, and that's all they're a part of. It's almost like uh, personal social networking, and that'll be a big part of Myseum. We've talked about this quietly in the past. We have 18 patents, and we're very excited where this is going to take us. Think of how many, group shots you see taken, and then what do you have to do? You have to text it to everybody. You got to airdrop it. How do you get that where everyone's sharing simultaneously and there's no delay? So not only making it easier to share, we're making it more fun. And I think when everyone sees what's rolling out sometime between mid-October and the beginning of November, depending on the final testing, we're shooting a commercial. We already shot that. We're in the middle of editing it, called Chaos at Brunch. That'll be rolling out. We'll be rebranding our website and launching a national marketing campaign to make Myseum and its new name that's coming a household name.
There you go. I mean, look, I think I think you have a very interesting concept. I think it's going to be an exciting. I think it's going to be an exciting product. We'll see. We'll see what
Mhm.
happens, right? But it makes sense to me in a big way. Um, I mean, your original video for Myseum when I first got involved, the first thing I saw was your DATS chat product, which was I
Mhm.
thought very cool, had some really cool features. I didn't think it was sticky enough to be able to get people to come and stay there, right? Because none of my friends were on it. Then you said, "Hey, but then I've got this museum," and then you showed me that, and then you told I watched that clip where you talked about the shoebox full of pictures for
Mhm.
your mother, your daughter's grandmother, right? And I thought that's a hell of a good point. All of the pictures that are trapped in everybody's phones, right? And then that whole sharing thing. Yeah, send that to me, text it to me, email it to me. It's like, okay, I'm supposed to send it. I'm supposed to text it to that guy. I'm supposed to email it to this person. What a pain in the ass, right?
Mhm.
So your concept is right on. You went and then to the what it was the photo managers, which I didn't even know was a thing, but there
Neither
is
did
a
I.
thing,
It's
right? And now
true.
it's transformed. They've helped you, right, to
Mhm.
really refine what your concept was. I think it's going to be exciting. We'll see. It's how long are we talking about?
Well, we're talking about launching sometime between mid-October and the beginning of November, well before the holidays to get this rolling. What we're launching is naturally viral. You'll want to share it and create your personalized social experience by sharing pictures or whatever you're sharing with comments. But most importantly, it solves the problem that really needs to be solved. So Myseum's cool. We have three problems we solve, right? The first is how do we unlock our media that's all locked on our phones now and share it with our friends, family, and know what's going on. We built a whole news feed for that. We built the social network, and that's about preserving your legacy for the future. But the question we were asking ourselves while we were building is how do we get the content you're creating as you create it, your photos and videos and whatnot, into Myseum, where it's automatically saved in an album, but it also makes it more fun to share. So the other two big problems, we have three is preserving for the future. Two would be, well, if you're at that table, how do we share easily? That's simple, quick, fun, and kind of preserves the night forever too, if you wanted to, or it disappears. And then the third is if you're taking those group shots, how do you get that to everyone very quickly? And those are the three things that we did. At the same time, we're redefining social network. Most people are very unhappy with Facebook right now. If you go on, it's groups and suggestions, and do you know this person? There's very little bit coming into your newsfeed. We're taking that control back from them and giving it to you to use this the way you want, but also it's not just solving a problem, it's fun. I promise you, you're gonna love it. It's fun. And if you go to that restaurant any given night, look around, you will see people taking their phone, passing it around, or here, look at this. I was in Aruba, or here's my kid at soccer. How do we create that shared group photo sharing? And we've successfully done that. It was a big build. We've been working on this for 2.5 years, maybe a little over. And this is the final piece of the pie coming in, almost done, and ready to explode on the world.
That's awesome. It's awesome. All right, Darin. Look, everybody. Here's the deal. The stock. I don't know what is it. Simply Wall Street, or somebody. It seems to have a thing for you. I don't know why,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think they have a clue as to what's happening over
No.
at Myseum. I think you're gonna wow the world. I really do. And I've said this before. I'm gonna say it again. If you have something that is potentially going to go viral and potentially going to solve not one, not two, but three problems, um, might be a good idea to take the opportunity on this weakness in the stock recently and start a position. I'm not telling anybody what to do, what to buy or sell. That's not what I do. However, I mean, look at your risk reward ratio, right? So what's your risk? Two and change, and that's if you go bankrupt. Are you financially strapped right now?
No, we have 2 years of cash running at the rate we are, so we're in good shape.
Okay, so you're good. I'm cash. How many shares outstanding, Darren?
Like 4.2 million and change.
So, you know, this has got potential. I know maybe you don't want to say it. I'll say it. Potential to be $1 billion company, right? It's
Hmm.
potential. Uh,
Multiple.
or a multiple $1 billion company, right? It's possible. Um, at this level, what do you have to lose, right? So I would suggest at the very least, everybody buy one share. I could say that. I
Mhm.
mean, everybody could afford $2, right? So buy one share. 80 million people buy one share. That'd be something else, right? Uh, so look, and the reason I say that is because it's easy to forget about a company if you're not involved in it in some way. So if you buy one share, you are forced to then watch and see what happens with the company. So I would sign up for email alerts because we're getting down to the wire now. We're talking about 3, 4 weeks away. That's when things I think get really exciting really quickly. And why not go along for the ride if that's indeed what happens, right? So that's it, Darin. Thank you for taking the time out of your hectic, busy day to give us an update, and we'll see you in what, about 3 weeks or so.
3 weeks or so. We've been very quiet. We're about to start getting noisy in October. That's all I'll say. And there's a difference between dad chat that we built is about privacy. Not everyone cares that much about privacy, although it's great technology. What we're building now is something that I think pretty much everyone's going to use.
And if that happens, there's a lot of people in the world, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. All right, Darin. I'm looking forward to seeing how this thing progresses, man. Thank you for doing this, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Great. Thank you so much.
All right, hold on a second. I'm going to shut this off.
Yep.
Thank you for tuning in to another CEO interview here at Alpha Wolf Capital. Today we had Darin, my man, from Dats Chat Inc. I hope you enjoyed today's interview, and if you did, do us a favor, give us a like. How about giving us a share? And while you're at it, make sure you smash that subscribe button. All of those things are extremely important to us here at Alpha Wolf Capital, and we appreciate you taking the time to do that. Until next time, stay safe. Alpha Wolf Capital wishes you the very best of success.